Welcome back to today's show. Our guest today is Glenn Berkins, who's the editor and publisher of QCMetro.com, an online news site tailored specifically to the African-American community in the Charlotte region. And we are so excited about our conversation. And Glenn, when we took our break, we were talking a little bit about the industry, but let's talk a little bit more about Glenn Berkins. Let's talk a little bit about your journey into entrepreneurship and your background. What an interesting background. Tell us a little bit about where you've been, where you started in the industry, and how you got to this point.
Well, I was actually a journalism major at the University of South Carolina.
Okay.
Journalism is really all I ever wanted to do. I wanted to write for a newspaper.
Okay.
I grew up in the Vietnam era.
Yeah.
So I grew up watching guys like Ed Bradley and Dan Rather reporting from the field in Vietnam.
Wow.
And it just seemed like such an exciting profession, and that's what I wanted to do. So when I went to school, I majored in journalism. I got my start at the St. Petersburg Times in Florida, covering business. From there, I went to the Philadelphia Inquirer. I was a columnist there.
Okay.
They sent me overseas. I was a foreign correspondent based in Africa, based in Johannesburg, as you mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
I covered the election of Nelson Mandela, the Ebola outbreak in the former Zaire. Spent a lot of time in Rwanda during the genocide there. And I got a call from the Wall Street Journal asking me if I wanted to come and cover Washington.
Okay.
So I came home and covered Washington, ended up covering the White House, and finally I got a call from the Charlotte Observer. They were looking for a business editor, and I was looking to get closer to home. I was raised in this general area.
Okay.
And I came here as business editor in 2000 and was eventually promoted to deputy managing editor at the Charlotte Observer.
With that kind of journey and all, now you go and you jump into the entrepreneurial market. And from that perspective as an entrepreneur, what kind of words of wisdom, what kind of words of encouragement would you give to a person or a group of people who are looking to start a company in the news industry, or any company for that matter? I mean, you've had to go through the basics of things and starting a company from scratch. So what was it that you went through?
We're still going through it, frankly.
Okay.
We're still going through the growth. And I imagine we will be for a while. But the advice I would have is you can't be too prepared.
Okay.
You can't be too prepared, and you can't have enough money. I think one of the mistakes people make is that they jump out there without enough resources, or they jump out there, they give up their job, and they say, I'm going to go out and start a business. To the extent you can, you need to start the business while you are still employed.
Okay.
That will make it a lot easier.
Sure.
I didn't have that option because I was working for the Charlotte Observer, and I can't work for I can't have my own competing publication. But that would be the main advice I would offer.
Yeah, yeah. Now, given that and your particular niche, and you zeroed in on the African-American community, when you look at the presence of African-Americans in the media as a whole, what do you see the future as? And if you were talking to a group of African-American students, perhaps, what would you advise them to be prepared to do and to look for if they're going to have a successful career?
When I got into this industry, you went in as a writer, as a photographer, as an editor, what have you. Those lines are now blurred. The internet, and because the industry is shrinking, reporters and editors are now expected to do a lot of things. You're expected to know how to take photographs. You're expected to know how to edit video.
Okay.
You can't be a specialist in just one thing anymore. You can't just be a writer.
Okay.
And on top of all of that, you have to know about social media. Google and Facebook and Twitter and all of the other ways that after you've written the piece, how to push it out to the readers.
Wow. So now it's gone from the specialist to the generalist, And a person looking to get involved is going to really have to broaden their perspective and be able to do a little bit of everything.
Absolutely.
Wow, isn't that interesting? What if I, as a reader of QCMetro, I visit the site, but I get this great idea for a story or for a column and all that. What do I have to do to contribute?
It's very easy, actually. I would just say email me at editor@QCityMetro.com. When we launched this site, our aim all along was to make this a site for the readers, not just about our readers, but for the readers. So we welcome articles. We welcome reader contributions. So.
Well, I got some ideas. I might shoot them to you, and
we'd be glad to have.
I'm not a great writer, so you'll have to edit it and get it straightened out.
Somehow, I suspect you're better than you're letting on.
Well, listen, for example, now the site is QCityMetro.com.
Correct.
And what if I got a business, for example, and I want to advertise? Is that the same address, or
once again, editor@QCityMetro.com. That is the fastest and probably the best way to reach me. It's like sending me an email, and I will respond.
Wow, I am really looking forward to hearing more about what QCityMetro.com is going to be doing in the future. I'm excited about the bridal site that you guys got coming out. And when is that expected to be launched?
We may launch it on Wednesday.
Well, we're right on target. So we're looking forward to that. Glenn, listen, thank you for taking the time to come and share with us. We're going to come right back, friends, and we're going to conclude by talking about the future, not only of QCityMetro, but we're going to be talking about how you can be involved in something so great that you will get excited just by hearing the mention of it. So don't you go away. We'll be right back. Glenn, thank you for being here today. We appreciate you being on Envision Life, and we look forward to you coming back again.
My pleasure.
Okay. Listen, folks, here's the good news. You can visit right now QCityMetro.com and get information, inspiration, and news that affects your life. Visit that site, QCityMetro.com. Alexander Graham Bell, inventor of the telephone, said, "When one door closes, another door opens, but we so often look so long and so regretfully at the door that has been closed until we do not see the doors which are open for us." Friends, if you have a vision, a dream, a goal, perhaps starting your own company, writing your own book, being your own boss, succeeding at that which you are most passionate about, then do what Glenn Birkins did. He did not allow the fact that a door was closing to stop him from looking at the door that was opening for him. He did not allow fear to stop him from pursuing his passion, fulfilling his dream, and reaching for the top. Today, I challenge you to look for the open door, because God has given you another chance. Now, next week on Envision Life, we will be right back with another inspiring, encouraging, motivating story of success, achievement, perseverance, and victory. And remember this, your best is yet to come. So live today and envision an even better tomorrow. And I'll see you next time on Envision Life.